Hi everyone, it's Maggie, and I'm here to share with you a little Christmas project. I made a few ornaments out of some vintage curtain pieces, and I wanted to share those with you. And I also made a wall hanging. And first I'm going to show you the ornaments, and this is the first one. And I made them kind of as a set, and you'll see when I show you the other ones how they kind of make a set. I started off with the doily right here, and then I added a piece of a curtain, which is here and here, and then this is a piece of a curtain it's a flower. This is a ring, let's see, that's also from a piece of curtain, and I just cut them individually as, hangers. And on the bottom here, I added these acrylic and rhinestone flowers from Wild Orchid Craft. This cameo is from Webster's Pages, and I've had it forever. And then I went around the perimeter of it with this little multicolor rhinestone cup chain that I got from Crafty Nita. So that's the first one. And then here's the next one. And I used a cameo from Webster's Pages on each one, but they're different colors. But I did the same going around the cameo. I used a different color flower from a curtain. This has the same, no it doesn't, because let me show you. This has 3 pieces on it there, and this has 5. So this is a little bit different, but I started off with the doily on the back, and then I added these acrylic and rhinestone. They're a little bit different from the walk flowers. So that's the second one, and then here, let me leave these out so you can see them. Here's the third one, the bells and the blue. So I added little blue clay flowers with rhinestones in the middle. This is a piece of a curtain. This is a piece of a curtain, another flower. Here's that thing that you can hang on the branch. And I used the same doilies to start them with. And the doilies, I believe I got from Donna Little. I think I bought them from Donna Little. Sorry, Donna. So there are those 3. Those are the 3 ornaments. And then I'd gone to the Dollar Tree with my grandchildren one day last week. And I was looking through to see what they had for Christmas. And they had these large acrylic snowflakes. So I thought I'd make a wall hanging out of it, because they're too big, I think, to put on a tree. So I used some seam binding. They just had this little flimsy piece of thread going through, so I took that off and I added the seam binding. So here's what it looks like. I'm not going to be able to get the whole thing in, but I'll show you. I'll start at the top. I used a crocheted flower with a pearl in the middle, and I think Patrizia, this is one of the flowers Patrizia made for me. And on the points of the snowflake, I added these larger pearls that I had. And I did just hot glue them, but they seem to be pretty stable. So hopefully they'll stay on. And so on the bottom, I started with this, it looks like a tattered doily, but I don't think it is tattered. I think it's just crocheted really tiny. But I started off with that doily there. And then I added a couple of more doilies, and you really can't see them. But I just wanted to, add some layers to it. So then there's 2 or 3 doilies under that. And then here's a curtain piece. This thin piece here that you can barely see is a curtain piece. And then this piece here is a curtain piece that I added little tiny pearls to. And then I added this beautiful little angel And then I added some these are Prima flowers that I've had for a long time. I think they came in one of those, a few years ago when they were, I don't even know if they still do it. I don't usually buy any more scrapbook stuff because I hardly ever scrapbook, but these were part of a package. You got a box for so much money, and they filled it with lots of goodies. And so I knew they looked like Christmas, so I was saving them for a project. So I finally got to use some of them. This crown comes from Shabby Chic Boutique. I love that. I put that above the angel. And then I just did some layers with laces or trims, some dangle trims. There's this one on the bottom for some fullness. And then here's a long dangle trim here. This is another dangle trim here. And I just added a few for, this one goes in the middle. It's almost like a bow. And then I added on some of the dangles on this one, I added these rhinestone, they're flowers, but I don't know what they called them. And these are from Wild Orchid Crafts too. I don't know if they sell them anymore, but I put a couple on each dangle. And then I added some of that rhinestone cup chain that I used on the ornaments. I put that in the middle. And I added a couple of pieces of clear rhinestones on either side, here and here. And I think that's all I did. But yeah, so I just made that into a wall hanging. Let me see, I'll try to show you as much as I can this way. So hopefully you get the idea. So that's it. There's my Christmas wall hanging and the ornaments. And before I go, I should say that I am participating in the 25 Days of Christmas YouTube Hop with Michelle Pipeling and May Larson and some other very talented crafters. And I will be putting up a video on December 16th. And I will be doing a start to finish tutorial. And I think what I'm going to do is make some of these, but different. They're going to be different, but I'm going to try using different pieces of the curtains. But you won't see this and you won't see that. I want them to be different, so it's something that you haven't seen, before from me, anyway. So yeah, and when that goes up on the 16th, if you want to participate though in the hop, go to either May's channel or Michelle's channel and click on the very first, the introduction video. I don't do live stream, and I don't have the wherewithal to put up the intro video. I don't know how to do that. Take somebody else's video and put it on mine. So all I can do is tell you about it. But go to their channel. You can start at the very beginning. There's tons of sponsors. There's tons of prizes. You've got just a really, there's been, well, they started at the end of November. You can catch up, and it goes for the 25 days, and the prizes are really, really nice. There's lots of sponsors. I think there's almost probably a sponsor for almost every one of the 25 days, I think. But anyways, go and check it out though, because I'm pretty sure you have to be subbed and to the designers. You have to watch each video, and you have to comment on each video. So yeah, so if you want to participate, go and start now, and you can easily catch up, because I think today was, I want to say the ninth, or maybe the ninth day was today, either 8th or ninth. So anyways, yeah, so watch out for my video on the 16th, and you can watch me make some Christmas ornaments. So thanks for watching, everybody. If you'd like, leave a comment. Let me know what you think. And I'll be back again soon. Bye for now.